Hello, welcome to another episode or installment of Meet the Author. I'm David Green on behalf of Glasgow 2024, and with me is Tim Mendees. How are you doing today?
I'm all right, old chap. Yeah, I'm good. I'm trying to hide from the sun because obviously I'll burst into flames if I'm out in the sunlight too long. But yeah.
They go on YouTube after summer, but that's just fine all year round for you, though, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. Daylight. It's my natural enemy.
Yeah, same. I was saying earlier that I have to wear sun cream when I'm inside the house in case I look out the window and I see the sun.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're the same as me, aren't you? You're a bit of a ginge, so you get out there.
This is a fallacy. I've not shaved my head for a while. I have dark hair, and this is a anyway.
Oh well, I'm the opposite because I've got dark facial hair, but under all this dye, yeah.
Opposites attract.
Yeah,
so
indeed.
We're here to talk about 10 questions. There are 10 questions. You may pass on one of them, apparently, if it's too controversial or you don't want to answer it. We'll see. You can choose on whichever one you want to do it on. So, first question, nice and easy. Where are you based?
I'm based down in Brighton. Well, I'm glad you asked that because now I get to say, well, Hove actually. But anybody from the Brighton area will know that that's a bit of an in-joke that everybody who's from Hove calls it. It's Hove actually. It's the posh bit next to Brighton. Oh. Allegedly posh bit next to Brighton. I'm in a council flat, so
there's a American. Well, he's not American. He's an English TikToker, but his dad's American, and he does his impressions of his dad doing football results. And obviously, Brighton are in the Premier League. And
yeah.
There's the same joke every time whenever he mentions Brighton. Is like Man United versus Brighton and Hove Albion. They should be winning with two teams on the pitch against one, and it always makes me laugh every single time.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's Brighton and Hove, actually. Yeah. So there you go. That's where I'm based now. I'm obviously not from here, but yeah, as you can tell by my dulcet northern tones. But yeah.
Right. Exactly. So question 2, obviously Worldcon is on in 2024. It's in Glasgow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As part of this. So this is an interesting one for you with your heritage. What is your experience or impression of Scotland?
I love Scotland because, I mean, as you alluded to, I have family up there. I have family up in Arbroath. And so I spent a lot of time up there as a kid on this weird campsite, which was all like static caravans in the middle of nowhere. And it was always freezing cold. And it was in like a bit of a valley. So there was always gale force winds. But yeah, one of my fondest moments, childhood moments, is an Arbroath Smoky. There's nothing quite like an Arbroath Smoky. So I love Scotland. I try and get up there when I can. I really like the place because I'm fond of the outdoors. Yeah, I like big open green spaces. So yeah, it's perfect for me. I get to lurk on the hills and look down on people and feel all superior. It's great.
And you wrote a apocalyptic sci-fi novella that's set in Scotland, didn't you?
I did indeed. Yeah, The Creeping Void. It's a bit bonkers, but yeah, it's. I've done a few stories set up in Scotland now, a few novelettes, and that novella thing, and yeah. I forgot what I'll call it then. I've only had one cup of coffee today. I'm not firing on all cylinders yet.
Okay, so you've recently been longlisted for the British Fantasy Society Awards for Miracle Growth, Best Horror Novella of 2022. So why don't you, so for the third question, why don't you give us a little elevator pitch for your book, which apparently is supposed to be 10 words, but you're quite known to being quite bad at keeping to word count. So let's see how you do.
Yeah. I couldn't keep to a word count with a gun to my head, especially with this book, because it's quite a hard one to describe because it's a little bit bonkers. But yeah, okay, here we go. It's a sleepy Cornish town, and it's the annual fruit and vegetable show. And basically some tainted compost has unleashed an array of botanical nightmares and their eldritch god upon this ragtag assortment of weirdos and with the Women's Institute. And yeah, basically, it's basically Lovecraft meets Hot Fuzz meets Day of the Triffids meets Carry On Films. There you go.
Yes, that is exactly what it is.
There you go. That's the one. Yeah.
Young Miracle Growth. It's great.
Yeah.
So
I'm blown away that it's got long listed, to be honest. So I'm really happy about that. So,
well deserved. Well deserved. Number 4, favorite ice cream flavor, I guess.
Yeah, I was thinking. Pretty well before I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. It was a mint choc chip. There you go.
You got to find one. Now is it just some kind of diabetic ice cream?
It's just I don't bother. I haven't really got a sweet tooth anyway, so it hasn't really impacted me that much. The only way it's impacted me is I can't drink cider anymore. I used to drink it by the barrel load when I lived in Devon. It's probably why I've got type 2 diabetes, to be fair. But there you go.
We're making discoveries. So in Miracle Growth, who is your main character?
I have there's a couple, but I would say the 2 leads, because it goes off in various ways, but I'd say the main lead is Detective Sergeant Finch of the Bettles Cove CID, who is a bit gruff, no nonsense, old school type copper who despises the press. And the other lead is Mum Ivy, who is the chairwoman of the Women's Institute and is formidable is the word for her, I think. Yeah,
right, yeah, very formidable. You have to read on to find out more.
Yeah.
Yes. Question 6, Star Trek or Star Wars? Because apparently you can't like both.
All right. Well, I'm going to be controversial. Doctor Who. There you go. No. Of them 2, Star Wars.
Yeah. Good on you. I'm not going to ask why. It's a whole other discussion.
It is. Because the thing is with Star Trek as well, it's like which bit of it? It's like I really like things like New Generation, and the original series is all right, but I'm not a fan of things like Voyager. I can't be doing with it. It's pants basically. So yeah, and whereas Star Wars, pretty much everything I've watched, I've enjoyed to a degree. So there you go.
There we go. I kind of asked why, and I found out. So there you
go. Yeah.
What would be? So question 7: have you ever attended Worldcon before?
Not Worldcon, no. Which is really, it's really annoying because it was in Brighton. Well, I was living here, but I was doing something. I was off doing something else. I think I was at DJing or playing in a band or something somewhere else. So yeah.
So are you going to go to this one in Glasgow? Do you think?
Yeah, all being well. Yeah, all being well. It obviously it'll depend on those intangibles nearer the time, like health and travel, but all being well.
Very good, very good. So what inspires you to write?
Well, in terms of just generally, or just generally,
that gets you kind of, why do you want?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it goes because I'm a lifelong fan of the sort of weird tales type pulp fiction of people, people like your Lovecrafts and your Blackwoods and your Arthur Mackens and all that kind of stuff. I'm a lifelong fan of that. And I basically I was sitting there and I was just like, I've got ideas. I just want to do that. It's like I've always said I should have a t-shirt, Pulp and Proud. Because I've never had any sort of pretensions to be like literary. It's weird what is and what isn't literary. But what I've wanted to do is that kind of pulp sort of horror that, the sort of stuff that really kept me up at night as a kid. I just want to do that. And if I can sort of replicate that feeling to somebody else, then I've done my job, basically.
Very good. Okay, here's a good question for you. Question 9.
There we go.
Nearly the end of the interview. Question 9. Favorite band / music?
Oh God, that's a tricky one. Yeah, no, it's a good question for me because I'm a goth DJ and radio presenter.
Former pirate band member as well.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I was indeed. I was a singer in a pirate band. Of all time. I don't know. It's a tough one, but I'm probably going to say The Mission. Either The Mission or Depeche Mode. Yeah,
okay.
there you go.
And the favourite type of music is obviously anything goth.
Well, yeah, anything goth and
Yeah.
industrial, pretty much. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, final question. You've not passed on any yet, and I presume you're not going to pass on this one. What are you writing now?
I'm actually 60,000 words deep into a non-fiction book looking at the history of cosmic horror in video games.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, I started it on a whim, and I've kind of I went down the rabbit hole. I've been researching but trying to make it as comprehensive as humanly possible. So I've got old games from the ZX Spectrum, text adventures, and all that kind of stuff, and I'm doing it generation by generation. And I'm currently up to, bear this in mind about me and word counts, right? I'm about 60k deep into it, and I'm only up to the PlayStation 2 / Xbox / GameCube era.
Okay, there's quite a lot of cosmic horror after that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, when when they're like, oh, these consoles can actually handle this kind of stuff now.
Yeah. It's going to be like a phone book.
Yeah, great stuff. That sounds very interesting. And obviously, you have the Innsmouth Book Festival coming up soon as well.
Indeed, yeah. The Innsmouth Literary Festival was September the 30th in Bedford, and we hopefully it'll be an annual thing. You know, depending. I mean, it's going really well at the minute. We've got quite a lot of ticket sales. We've got a really strong lineup of guests. Dealer's room is packed with all manner of weird and wonderful things. We've got everything from books and the usual stuff, books and board games and all that kind of stuff. But we've also got taxidermy and pickled things in jars. It's gonna be brilliant.
Great stuff. And you'll be back on Glasgow 2024 YouTube channel again soon for a panel about cosmic horror and working in the show of actually not very nice people.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it is. It's a tricky one. It's tricky to sort of reconcile with at times, but yeah, it should be interesting to dive into that.
Yeah, it should be. And that's going to be just just before Halloween, so check in for that one. But Tim, thank you so much for coming on and chatting with me.
My pleasure, mate.
We hope everyone watching it enjoyed the interview. Thanks for watching. You can find more Meet the Author interviews on this YouTube channel, along with there's an indie author reading library as well, and recordings of previous panels that we have done and the schedule for things that are coming up in the future. Tim, thank you very much.
My pleasure, mate.
Thank you everyone for watching. See you next time.
Thank you for watching this interview. Find more Meet the Author interviews on our YouTube channel, along with indie author reading library performances and recordings of previous panels. Hit subscribe to get notifications for every new video. Find us at glasgow2024.org and as Glasgow in 2024 on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Check out our cool merch on redbubble.com/people/Glasgow2024/shop and consider joining by emailing volunteers at glasgow2024